What's up, Cardfighters? Ryan here from Vanguard Central, bringing you another episode of Cardfighters Network. Today we're going to be talking about the new OCG ban list that just happened in Japan, and wondering whether or not it's going to happen here in the US. Stay tuned.
Stand up, Vanguard!
So in Japan, if you guys didn't already know, there have been a few changes to the ban list and restriction list. Basically, there are three new cards that are limited to one now: 7 Seas Night Runner, we have Sanctuary Guard Dragon, and Steam Battler or Ratar. These are the three cards that have been pretty prevalent and kind of like on the watch list, except for Sanctuary Guard, which kind of threw a lot of people off. And then also, the greatest news is that Lizard Soldier Conroe can now be your first Vanguard, and that 7 Seas Night Runner cannot be your first Vanguard. So congrats, Kagura players, your starter is back. There have been a few reasons as to why they were banned and restricted. The great dudes from Cardfight Coalition were able to decipher the code, or basically translate the Japanese, into the reasons why these cards were either restricted or limited. So for 7 Seas Apprentice Night Runner, basically there's been a lot of decks in Japan that are basically just grade 1 7 Seas, and they understood that the max copies of Night Runner kind of accelerated the deck to its fullest potential. It got you the milling, got you extra copies in drop zone, it got you free cards basically, which helped you be so much aggro in that early game, not letting people actually play the decks. And that's the problem with grade 1 7 Seas. At least with Gears, yes, they're fairly dominant in the meta here, here in the US, but at least they let you play the game. You're able to stride, you're able to do whatever. But the thing is, with grade 1 7 Seas, you can't even play. You can't even stride, you can't even ride grade 3. I mean, you can ride grade 3, but you can't see breeze, can't do anything. That's the part that sucks. It kills the game completely, and that's something that is pretty toxic. So unlike the US, where Gears is most dominant and 7 Seas are not as much, in Japan, 7 Seas is destroying, so I felt like this Night Runner thing was a good thing to hit. Next one was Sanctuary Guard Dragon. Sanctuary Guard was actually on the watch list for quite some time, especially Regalier, which kind of surprised me because I thought Regalier was going to be the one that was hit, but instead they chose to go with Sanctuary Guard Dragon. And the reason that they have, according to the article on Cardfight Coalition, which I will also leave in the link down below if you guys want to check it out, the main reason what they had was that Sanctuary Guard Dragon kind of was helping it speed up the deck and kind of was helping its overall effectiveness. Now, Regalier, on the other hand, I understood why they didn't ban it. It was because even if you banned it or limited it to one, the whole deck would stay the same, and you would only need that one copy to use it. You would only need one copy to win, at least I think. So I think limiting the Sanctuary Guard Dragon to one is still pretty effective. I still see a lot of people playing Arc. I don't know how it's going to turn out here in the US, just because Sanctuary Guard is not as brilliant as it is in Japan, whereas there's many Royal players playing like that. The next dude was Steam Battler or Ratar. Now Gears has kind of been getting pooped on in Japan by grade 1 7 Seas, so that's why it's not as prevalent, not as prominent over there overseas. Over here it's doing pretty well though. In Gear Chronicle, Steam Battler or Ratar, as explained in the article, Bushiroad said that the draw 2 and return 1 and send back to the deck was kind of the card that was keeping the stability of the deck at its absolute max, basically prolonging excessively long fights, which is something that they didn't want because time was honestly an issue. We think that's honestly kind of like a weak argument, since there's so many more other options that Gear Chronicle has. I'm pretty sure somebody is going to find a way to basically abuse the crap out of that single copy of Ratar, so as long as they don't damage it, they basically can use it all the time, because if you damage it, send it back to the deck, or if you bind it, you call that out again. There's a lot of things that you can do with that card, but maybe limiting it to one is going to slow it down a little bit. I don't know if we're going to see that same change here in the US, but it's possible. I know for sure Gears is going to get something since it's been basically dominating every single tournament. And the best news, like I said, is that Conroe can be used as first Vanguard again. The funny reason was that they haven't seen a lot of toppings, I guess, in the past year, so now that it's not going to make such an impact if they bring it back. I think that's pretty funny. But anyways, guys, that was it for today's video. Let me know, guys, what you think down below. Do you think that this restriction list, ban list is going to happen here in the US also? Or do you think that it's kind of like completely different? Maybe we're going to get something, weird. Maybe they're just going to ban out grade 1 7 Seas. You can't play 7 Seas without grade 3s or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that was it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below, like I just said. And like I always say, like our videos, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe for more content. Vanguard Central, out.